So let's begin. For WordPress, usually you'll have to buy a domain, you'll have to connect it to a hosting provider, you'll have to build your site, which if you're going through a developer or if you're going through an agency will take time, and the result of that is basically time goes off your hosting plan, of your domain plan, and you just end up paying extra. So to avoid that, I prefer to use local. So basically what's happening here is that on your computer itself you'll be hosting websites, we'll be creating websites. We do not need a domain. So I'll repeat that: we do not need a domain, we do not need anything, we just need this application. We can build our site, and don't worry, once your site is ready you don't have to build it again. We can just transfer it to a hosting provider. So let's get started, let's dive into it. This is the website, localwp.com. You can create a free account or download it for free. Just choose your platform and follow the prompts. So if you go to features, you'll see all the features here. There is a ton. I mean, I've been using it for some time, and I have seen that they keep improving the platform, and it just it's great for development, and even if you're building your personal site. So that's about local. So once you are downloaded, you can open the application. It should look something like this, pretty straightforward. So this is the interface, this is your site, connect, blueprints, some add-ons, and help, of course. So let's start a new site. So I'm going to create a new site, and I'm going to give it a name. So I'll name it test. Now the advanced options are domains, so I'll not change it, but I'll move forwards. I'm gonna go to preferred. It's always better to keep it, because when you go to custom, unless you know what you're doing, I would suggest change it. Or if you have some particular reason in mind while developing a site, you can see the available options, but always go with preferred. Now this is the login email and password you will use to log into WordPress. Always change the email address here, because this is a non-existing email address. So I'm going to put my username, I'm going to put my email address. So this is not a multi-site, and yep, it's just as simple as 1 2 3. Your website is getting ready. Now for someone who has built website or has experience, you will know that this is, to get a WordPress site up and running in like 2 minutes, it's nothing short of a miracle. So that's great. Just wait for it to finish, and you're in. So your site is up and running. So I can just go to open site. It has opened in another browser, so I'll just bring the tab here. So in my other second screen it opens, so I just dragged it. So this is their site. So I'm going to go to WordPress admin. The username, password we just entered, so we'll have to enter that again. . So welcome to your WordPress site. You're going to have a ton of fun here. So I'll see you in the next lecture. Thank you. Everyone, welcome back. So this is your WordPress dashboard. So WordPress basically has two phases. So if I hover over to test, this is the name of my site. You all will see a different one. So I'm just going to say right click, open new tab. So this is my front end of the site. Basically what people see when they enter the URL. So if you see the URL, it does not have an S, so it's HTTP. That basically means that there's no SSL certificate because we are hosting it on our computer, of course. So that's what it means. So yep, this is the backend. So backend basically means how all the plugins are interconnected, how the blog post is made, pages are made, media is uploaded. So I will give you a quick overview. This is called your dashboard, as you can see. So by default you get a glance of your site health, quick draft, events. So all your updates for your plugins, you might need to update WordPress. So if it's not the updated version, all the updates will get here. You can also head over to updates. And as we do not have any plugins or themes, there's no option, but nevertheless do keep checking updates here. So post is basically blog post, because blog basically means that they are made of different posts, like a website is made of different pages. So all the different blog posts are here. We can see there is one. So I'm just going to right click on save view. So this is the default post. People can leave a comment, post it here, tags. So then we head over to media. Media basically means all your images, files, pages. These are web pages. We can see there's a sample page. So this is the sample page. Now a thing I would like to show you is that privacy policy. So when you see it says draft, this means that if I, like here I got view, I never got view. The reason I got preview, so this page is not published, it's in draft mode. So that's what it means. Comments, because you saw the blog had a comment option. Appearance, so this is basically different themes. Supposing I like this, so I can see a live preview of any theme. And if I like a theme, I can check the navigation based on my site. So this is how it is. Since I only had one page, this is how it will look. So you can go into style, change the basic style and see how it will look. So if you're happy with the theme, you can just say activate and save, and that's it, as simple as that. So if I were, the URL does not change, as you know, just the look changes. It's as simple as that. The look has changed. This is your new home page. Hello world is the post, so this is the some post that's coming here. So yep, let's move back. Those are themes. Then we have something called plugins. Now WordPress is famous for plugins. Plugins basically mean that there's like this you can say like these are small pieces of thread that that are connected. They're interconnected through the website. So we can have a plugin for forms, a plugin for security, a plugin to make the site prettier, which is basically a theme builder, which we will go over. Two free theme builders in this course, that's Divi and Elementor. You will get a paid version for both of them, but I will show you the free version in this course. Both are world-class plugins. So users, basically we can add users, there's tools, and lastly there's general settings. So briefly I have summarized the dashboard. On the right side you can see this is my profile, so I can maybe change the look a little bit. I like the default, honestly, stick with that. So I can change my email, profile picture, basic application, basic settings are here. So yep, that's all for this lesson. Next lesson we'll dive deeper into WordPress. Welcome back. Again I'm going to show you more about WordPress. In this lesson I just wanted to so in my last lesson I actually put off my screen, so I thought I should show you that when you close the tab, that means when you put off your laptop or computer, your site stops running, because you see it's hosted on your computer. So to get the site running up again, just open up local, go to your sites. This is my site test, so it's not actually running. So to open it I can say start site, or I can just say open site. So I'm going to say start site. So you see something's happening, and now your site is live, and you see a little green mark here. So basically what this means is, I'll just bring, that's my second screen, so bring this here. So basically what's happening is that the site was not live, but now it is live. So this also means that if you are developing this site for someone else and you wish to share it with your client, you can share the link as well. So you'll have to keep your computer on for that. Now in dashboard we will get moving on. So to just reiterate, to close it off, what you can do is you can just switch off your computer and it'll go off, or you can say stop site. Either one's good. So next time when you come, you'll have to click on open site or start site. So welcome back to the dashboard. I'm going to show you post here. So blog is basically on Google you see these different articles that come, so those are called blogs. So this blog is basically just a collection of different posts, and to publish a post, a sample post would be this one which I had shown in my previous. So just a simple welcome to WordPress. So I'm going to create a new post right now. So it says welcome to blog editor. Now it gives you the basic of blog editor, how it looks. This is my site theme color, hence I'm seeing a black and a grayish kind of text. You might see it different. So the thing is with blog posts that this is the blog editor. So WordPress has a blog editor and a classic editor. Now this is the blog editor, so both are good. I'll show you. So I'm going to say test post 1. I'm going to leave a lot of text. So this is something very common. It's called sample text generator. So basically it's called lorem ipsum generator. So basically what it's saying is that we do not have anything ready as of now, but what we are doing is that we are just filling it up with dummy text so we can see how it looks. So in this box, in this editor, this basic P means it's a paragraph. We can change it to a heading. Supposing I say this, you know what, you are my heading, oopsie, I shall go back, erase that, and just put in heading 1. So you can change any block by clicking here. You can change it. Supposing I wanted this to be a quote, so it would be something like this. I'll say test citation. So we have a code there. I can change. You can change it to columns. So I want this wide, supposing, or you want it full width for some reason. So you can do that. We can a group won't be necessary, so I'll just go back here, select column, so we can go to also pre-formatted. Pre-formatted is basically looks different and the spacing stays the same than pre-formatted, so we can definitely then just change it, pull code so it looks different again, and worse. So this also, we can add a border here if you wish. You can add a radius, a text color, a background. One thing to keep in mind is that when Google, Google actually sees the color, so if the color is not really matching, like it's difficult to see, it'll give you a negative penalty. So that's all for this lecture. In the next lecture we will continue with the blog post. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome back. So I did some basic stuff here. Now what we can do is I can add some more items. So supposing I wish to add more, I can click more, and so by clicking browse all or by clicking plus, it opens this. So there are 3 things here: blogs, file, and media. So I'm going to hit blog. So paragraph, you can see the meaning of each one comes written below. Like list is a bullet point, so you don't have to figure it out. Code is if you're displaying a code. Hide and show content. So this will be this is basically like when you click on this it shows, if not it does not. Now supposing you wish to remove anything, we can copy it, we can add before, after. I'll just delete it. So I can add images, a gallery, audio, a cover image, video file. So this is for example, if I were to show you an image, so supposing I select an image and I can just add my sample text here, then what I can do is I can change the order. I can this is the link sign, so you can link it. Again, max width, full width. Full width means it will cover the entire width of a person's device. It's always better to keep it all aligned. transform it into just an image. If you wish, you can bring it back, so you feel free to check around these options. So moving on back here, you can add buttons, columns if you wish. So groups are basically gathering blocks into containers, so everything in block editor is built in a block. So this is one block, this is one block, you can see it highlights. So if I were to go down, it gives me an option to add. So this is a block we are adding. So there are a lot of options, spacer creates a spacing. We can add a normal space and just drag the width, change the color of it. It should be an option of a color as well, but yeah, maybe this is just for us, I guess. That's just for us, it's highlighting. So social icon, search bar, latest post bar, calendar, latest comments, social icons, a logo, navigation bar, title. So feel free to check this. So usually normal blog posts don't require much of this. They just require, honestly, an image or video. That's usually what most blog posts are made of, but WordPress gives a lot of options, patterns, so you can go to featured. So based on your site theme, you will get some good looking patterns, so you don't have to break your mind. I can just click on it and I can go ahead and make the edits. So these are pre-designed. So this is for the header, banners, call to action. Call to action basically means buttons where you tell people to take an action, like order now, book a call now. Text media is basically your files, images. So you can open your media library. This is means all media in Wix is stored in the media library. So you saw I uploaded an image just now, so that comes here. So everything in your Wix, that's your PDFs, your documents, images, everything gets stored here. I shall show you this later on. So that's all from the add panel. This is tools. So if you don't want to edit, just want to select, you can just select stuff to see. This comes into edit mode, so I can actually edit it now. This is undo, redo. This is document overview, so it basically shows the hierarchy, how it's done. To see anything, what's the meaning, just hover your mouse and wait 2 seconds, so you shall see the meaning. So when I click here, I'm just going to hit save for now, and I'm going to open this. So this says that you can put a publish date if you wish to publish a post later. URL is basically how it looks. This is your website URL. This is the ending. It's also called slug. So these are your 2 revisions where you can see what revisions were made. So you can see who made the revisions, what revisions were made here. I'm just going to go back to editor. You can add a new category name, say test. So it's the first one, so I'll add it under uncategorized. That's this one, add new category. So it's sort of a subcategory. If I want to main category, so I can just type main. So this is a main, so I can tick mark it. So I'm going to say main category tags. I can add a featured image here. Excerpt is optional, and discussion, so you want to allow comments and ping backs and trackbacks, so please do feel free to keep it on. As what happens is when Google sees that people are commenting on your site, they're liking your stuff, Google feels the site is a nice site because there is engagement on it. So I'm going to go to blog. There's nothing to see there. This is top toolbar. So this is basically what you want to see. If you don't want full screen, click here. I'll go to full screen. There's distraction free mode. These are just different view bars. This is visual editor. Supposing you're a coder, feel free to hit code editor. You can actually code. So the same thing you're seeing, but in how it's coded. So if anyone knows HTML, feel free to play around. I'll just hit visual editor. You can go to manage your patterns, keyboard shortcuts, welcome guide, copy all blocks. In case you wish to open a new blog, you can paste it there. Control V is for pasting. Help preference. So let's hit publish. So it's visible to all. We can make it password protective immediately. You're not setting a date. Tags, no thank you. Publish. So I'm just going to see how it looks on this site. So there's your post. It's as simple as that. Since we said we want a comment, so we can comment here as well. So that's how you create a post. You can edit it. Since we are logged in, it's showing us this option. Everyone won't see this option. Just once you log into it, WordPress, only you can see it. If you want to see how other people see WordPress, feel free to use an incognito mode, because if you log out you can see the same thing, but logging out, login, you'll just waste time. So yeah, that's how you add a post. So in the next lesson we'll explore more about the dashboard. Thank you everyone, welcome back. So I wanted to show you that to go to the dashboard you can just click on the W icon. Now your post is here as well. This is the comment bar, so you can add new posts, see your categories here, you can categorize them. So you can add a new name to your category, add the ending parent one. You can put none if you wish for it to be main. If you wish for a subcategory, select a parent, say add category. Tags are just generic stuff like business, entertainment. Basically the reason we use categories and tags is when a person sees them on your site, so if they're interested in what the post you offer, so they can just select a category and tag, and they can see all the categories and tags that are using that particular category and tag. So basically they don't have to search for posts. You are just segmenting your post in tags and categories for them, so it makes people's life easier, as they can just select what they want to see and not search through each post. This is media in WordPress. So media is basically everything you have. So it will be your files, PDFs, images, everything comes in media. So the unique thing about it, of course, you can click add new to add a media, select file, select anything you wish. Now the thing about media is that once you upload it, it looks something like this, alternative text. So this is called alt text. So alt text is basically blind people, as they can't see, or partially visually impaired people, they can't see, so they use screen readers. Now screen readers they can read the text, of course, of your blog post website. One thing they cannot do is read the images. So that's where alt text comes into play. The stuff you write here is what a person sees. So how to write an alt text? Now alt text, do not write basically too detailed information. You just write what's the image about. So like this image is about God, the verse. So all text, ideally they are around 15 words. So I can, if it's a short verse, I would write the verse. Otherwise I'll just write Philippines 4:8 verse, and I can write it's this verse is written against a sky background. So basically a person who can't see the image gets a very good idea of what it is. Do keep your keywords in mind. Keywords are words that people search on Google. Supposing you are a bookkeeping business, so people search bookkeeping. Now the way they'll find you is if you're using those keywords. So you have to use keywords in titles and paragraphs and blog posts, also in alt tag, because Google picks it up. And Google, I don't remember the exact percentage, I don't want to quote wrong, but a very significant percent, I guess, if I'm not wrong, I don't want to quote wrong, but around 30%, if I'm not wrong, is of people Google has said use, or it was 10 or 15%, but a lot of people use screen readers, so they require the alt text. So that's that. A thing to keep in mind is that you can click on copy this URL. So if you want to send only the image URL, if you want to use it in an email, if you want to hyperlink, if it was a document, supposing in an email you want to hyperlink it, so you can take it by clicking copy to URL. You can click a caption, write a caption description, it's not important. I'll click on edit more. So the URL you can't change. This is basically based on the name of the file that you have written here. So to change it, you'll click here. So basically only this part you can change, but not the front part, is what I mean. So you can download the file, delete it permanently, alt text, description, you can make it bold, italic, you can underline it. So to go back, of course, feel free to just click on the dashboard. To bulk select, just click this. If I had more, I would have clicked. I could have clicked delete permanently or keep. So yeah, that's the media. So one thing to keep in mind is there is a maximum size limit for media. So to change this, this is a demo site here, but when you actually host your site on hosting provider like so in cPanel there's an option to change this. So you have to keep in mind that over 300 MB right now you can't use it. Usually it's 300 MB, some sites are 500 MB, but you'll have to change it manually if you wish to increase it. It's not a big setting change, just have to increase the limit. So that's all for this lesson. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome back. So in this lecture we will be going over pages. So again, menu overview is edit, quick edit, trash, view. So the reason I right click and go in, because if I click like view, it just opens up in the same tab, just inconvenient. So yep, this is a page, and when we see quick edit, so we can edit the title of the page. Slug is the page end. So supposing you had a domain that said www.wordpress.com, so the slug is the ending, so it'll end with www.wordpress.com/sample-page. Now this is the date. Then if we want to password protect a page, we can password protect it. A private page means only you can see it. Google cannot index it, no one can see it. So the same URL, if I am logged in WordPress, I can see it. If I'm not logged in, if I'm using an incognito mode, I will not be able to see it. So that's a private page. So private page can be considered like a draft page with a URL, which basically Google does not index. Neither will it appear on your site unless you attach it. So parent basically is the hierarchy. This is a template, and whether you wish to allow comments or not, and status is. So this is the status. So we'll try adding a new page. Again, I'll type test page. Now this is a blog editor, it's exactly the same, if not completely the same to what we studied there for blog post. So you can what I would do is I would header. So header is the top of the page, usually footer is the ending. So the first thing I would do is just pull in a header, take a banner, then okay, this header is come down, so this move up, so we just move it up. This is full width, we can change it. We can always change it to stack columns, so in stack it's come close, which we do not want to cover. It's covered the full page. Group, it's come back. So basically what happens, you can hold these dots and move anything anywhere, where if you see a blue line here, so it means you can move it, but you can move it anywhere, and that's true for all items, so you can just move it around. And this is align to the right, link, so this is a button, so it'll be a link. This is fill, so it means this button has a color. Outline means it's transparent, just the borders. So we can go over these settings. So highlight, we can change the text, the background. So sorry, the text and background to change should be here. So this is the text, the color, this is the background if you wish to add. So this on your right is the panel, which basically is like an inspector panel. So each element, for short you can use this thing like bold, italic, but if you wish to go in depth and completely understand the element, I would say it all the features come on the right. So if I were to click on a text, you will see the color change. These settings have changed because the setting is now for a text, a paragraph. You can see I click here, it's for a button. This is the width of the button. So that's that. We can change the sizing. So this is padding. So for those of you who don't know, there is a feature in Wix, in WordPress and Wix and other website builders called padding. So padding basically means the distance of an object from its boundary wall. So when it says 16 top and down, it means listen now, this text from 16 pixel it is top to down. And when it says right and left 32, so there's 32 pixel right and left. So you can see if I increase it, that gap increases. So you can change the unit by clicking here, pixel. Percentage means percentage of the container, that's this one. Now never go for, like, unless you're an expert, you know what you're doing, percentage, because I'll show you guys something very very unique right now. Some reason publishing failed. Okay, so let's save it. You know what, I might refresh the page. So anyway, I'll just say, you know what, give me a oopsie, it forgot me quite soon. So when I say visit the page, I'm going to show you guys something very awesome. So I'm on my 24-inch iMac at the moment. Now just look at this screen, right? I don't know if you guys noticed, but can you see the changes in the image here? And did you notice that this text just went down? So this, what's happening, it's not automatic. This is done intentionally. So the reason this is happening is because this browser, this tab, does not know I'm on a 24-inch iMac. It thinks my screen size is from here to here. So this is probable. So if you want to view your website on different screens, because a website will look different on different screens, it will not be 100% same, just drag the tab, the tab, just resize it. So this is, when it hits this, you can say this is a tablet. So every website is designed for three things: desktop, tablet, mobile. This is tablet. Your mobile is also pretty good. I'm really pushing the limits by going, minimizing it so small, hence it's getting cut off, but it will not get cut off on a mobile. It will be probably here, though it might not look, but if you check, it will. So yep, you get a pretty decent idea. Mobiles are tricky for WordPress websites, and Wix is another website builder, so it does not show actually for Wix Classic Editor on mobile. It does not resize because mobile devices are tricky, but tablet and desktop is, this is exactly how you'll see it on a tablet and a smaller desktop. So moving on, dimension. So it's fit. Whoops, where the hell did that go? Okay, there we go. We added in the button. So I came here. So fill. So it's trying to fill up the place. Fixed. We can give it a fixed height. Now pixel basically means, so yeah, percentage is there. EM is a different one. We have rem. We have viewport. So I'll not suggest using these two. Viewport width and height is also very advanced. Basically what viewport width means is that the width of your device. I just showed you the width, so this is the width. So it basically means when I say say typography, okay, that's a new pixel viewport width based on the width of a device. So on a smaller screen it will change, on a bigger, like on a laptop screen it will change, on an iMac it will change, mobile it will change based on the width. Viewport height means based on the height of this device it will change. So before your website is shown, all these parameters are actually calculated, the width of your device, height. So it's quite complicated, and unless you're an expert, I would definitely recommend to use Pixel, because it's standard, and you can't foresee every single device. You'll probably overlook some device and it might not look there, so it's always better to stick here. In the next lecture we'll explore more about these features. Hi everyone, welcome back. So continuing here, I am going to head over to pages. So just select some styles here. So basically in a couple of minutes I'll build a page which I can edit. So I'll suggest you guys also do the same. Just using patterns you can get a very good head start of what exactly you're looking for, and once all your basic elements are in, all you gotta do is just edit it. So we got that's a long page and it's going quite well. So I've just a sample page. This can be like my sample menu bar. This is a normal section. This is another section. Gallery, posts, testimonies. I'll end it with the footer, because usually footers are good call to action. And just let that page is created. So I want you to keep in mind that when you add any element here, they're all designed for the mobile, for the tablet and mobile and bigger screen as well. So you really don't have to break your head on all this stuff. I use other website builders, so because we want super control and want to be very specific for some clients, we have to do it. So we have to add on every breakpoint, but WordPress is super simple. Just you can just it's already optimized, so no need to break your head over it. So yep, I just see if I can show you something more. So you can add comments block if you want to take comments in case for anything. You can embed a YouTube video, just paste the link. So you can embed a post, embed this code. So you just paste the code, what you get. So below are the advanced functions, but on top it's pretty simple. So using these features you should be able to build your page pretty well. Same. So I'll just when I joined WordPress, I had this question that what happens, you see, is when you first build your page, you'll see a publish button here. Once you publish a page, publish basically means that till you publish it, you'll see an option to save draft. Means it's only in your backend editor. But once you publish it, publish basically means basically means that you get a URL for the page. So unless you connect it to the menu, of course, on your side, it won't be linked anywhere. But Google, Google search keeps checking the internet for pages, so there is a chance if that page is published. So even if you don't add it to your menu anywhere on the site, say in 2 weeks time, which is usually the average time Google crawls the internet, your page will be picked up and will be considered for search results. So even if it's an incomplete page and unintentionally you publish the page, Google will show it in a search result, can show it rather. So it's very important to keep that thing in mind when you publish a page. So if you wanted a URL, suppose, so just publish a page and make it private, or you can just change it to draft mode. If I'm not wrong, we should be able to do that with pages. So here we go. I say test page, the status is published. So I say, what, it's draft mode update. So you can see the other page as view. Here there is nothing. So this has gone back to draft mode, which means that you shared the URL with whoever you wanted, but you did whatever changes you needed. Now it's in draft mode, so Google won't crawl it. These are your comments next. Now all your comments appear here, so you can this is an approved comment. You can approve it, reply it, quick reply, edit it, because sometimes a competitor, say for example, posts something which you don't wish to see. It's not true. Just go ahead, edit the comment. You can spam it or trash it. People will try to put links in your comments. They will try to add stuff that's not supposed to be there. Just go ahead and delete it. Comments are a very good way of telling Google that, hey, my content is good. You can turn off commenting, which is quite alright by Google, but if Google sees like a post and there's 10-15 comments and people are in those comments also there are threads, like they are commenting on a person's comment, so Google thinks it's one of the ranking factors. So it'll think that this post is really great because people are commenting. So keep that in mind. Next is appearance. We already went over it. You can always add a new theme. There are crazy amount of free themes out there. So if you're looking for paid themes, so these are all free, So first is view. So I'll say, what, I like it. Do me a favor, I'll say preview. So when I say preview, I can go to my other pages as well. It's okay, it's not linked here, but usually it does go. So you can click on install and your current site theme changes. So when you change a theme, just keep in mind that you're not touching your content, your menu, your blog post, your pages, nothing's changing. You're changing a theme. It's basically the color, the font, the look. Now install means it'll be here for me. When I go to installed, it should come here once I refresh the page, but only when I click activate, so I'll see live preview. So this is how my stuff is looking. This is the content I had added initially. I can change it. If I like it, I'll activate and publish. So my current site theme is changed. So if you had to do the same thing with the developer, It would probably cost you a lot of money, but it's WordPress, so just with a button we change the site theme, so you can check out latest themes, blog themes, favorites, and we can add a filter as well. Now supposing you wish to search for a premium theme, you can just type on premium theme. Means you're not happy, you want a particular theme, so there is a lot of themes out there. Theme Forest is the most popular one. So these are paid themes basically, and you can add these themes. You can see a live preview, and it will tell you the instructions how to install it on your WordPress site. Again, it's not very complicated, neither you're doing anything very tough that WordPress will break or something. So that's great. So we head over to editor. So basically the navigation, the style, supposing I want a different style within the theme pages, so this is how it looks. It's in draft mode. These are the different pages. You can just click on it. Page 404 means that it's not found, so this is by default. This is how it will look. We can change this 404 page. 404 means like supposing that URL what I showed you recently, that it was published and we moved it to draft, so that URL will not work. Person will see a 404 error, so you can change the image here, maybe put in a message like sorry, change this custom message, the page is no longer here. The templates, so you can check out your post search results. This is how it will look. And yep, so I'll go to review on change and save it. So now my whole site is updated. Last is menu. So this is basically, this is your most recent comes here, all your pages come here, so you can search for anything. Now supposing I wish to add a post, I'll say add to menu, so just tick mark and say add to menu. It comes down. To make it sub, so I can just, so it will be home sample page and the sample pages will show. I can show you what that means right now. So if I go to here and save, I have not connected this menu one. We'll have to connect it. So once you connect it, you'll see that's how it will look. So yeah, because this name is menu one, so you can add custom links as well, add categories. So, yeah, that's how we can roll. We can click here, we can say move up, move down, to pull it out, just pull it out. Otherwise, under sample page, above sample page, remove it, cancel it. We can delete this menu. So this is the setting. I'll say make it a primary menu automatic. So when we say primary menu, basically wherever it is on the site stated as a primary menu, it will change. So this has not, it depends on your theme, so it can be here, it can be on the right, left. Yeah, so we'll have to check that out. And yeah, that's all for this lecture. the next lecture we will continue with plugins and we are further down the WordPress. Hi everyone, welcome back. So this quick lecture I wanted to show you the Otter blocks. So these are basically Guten blocks. So the WordPress editor, the new WordPress editor is called Gutenberg. So these are called Gutenberg blocks. Blocks are what we saw. I just finished the video, so have a look at this. I downloaded it. To download it, it's pretty simple. Just go to plugins, say add new. You can type anything, classic editor if you want classic editor. So I just will install this. These are all free plugins, so feel free to just go ahead and install. I'm gonna type that guy Otter blocks, and as I've installed it, it's active. I can't do anything. If it was not, I would click on install active. So feel free to check around. You could always see the feature popular recommended plugins. Anyway, the next lecture, in the coming lectures, we'll dive into plugins. But one thing after adding this theme builder you'll find is that so this is basically what happens is that your Gutenberg blocks, they just added blocks there. So I can put tabs now. So tabs basically means that when I say update and I say give me the page, so I can click on tab 1, 2, 3. Supposing you add one car with 3 features, right? So model A, model B, model C, I could put 3 tabs, because putting it here, it's quite lengthy and people don't like to scroll much. So couple of handy blocks. Keep in mind it's free. Accordion basically means it contracts. So you see, it does give you a understanding, so feel free to check it out. So I'll just show you an accordion real quick. What happens is basically contract expand. We can go with advanced headings, button group, circle counter. So basically, supposing you want to show your donation budget that you achieved or your company goals, you can show it. So it counts. You see how the thing comes up to your fixed number. You can change the number. Like I said, everything's on the right. So just click there, click here. It's 50. I'll make it 72. As simple as that. Drag it to make it big, drag it to make it small. The duration for the circle to complete. It's a lovely animation effect. You can go for countdowns. You can add a form. You can put icons if you will. Flipkart, Google Map if you wish to display a map, icon list. You can display your pop-ups, Lottie animation. So I do not know if you know Lottie animation, but Lottie. So let's Google search Lottie animation, and it's going to leave you. Lottie animations are great. WordPress uses it, Wix uses it. Basically, these are free animations, funny animations, right? So like these animations are here. Now the thing is that to use it, these are free to use, so you can create your own, use one, just insert it from URL, or if you have it, upload it. Otherwise just select it from the media file. Then there's the sections, pre-design, product reviews, progress bar, like the circle bar, your sharing icons, sliders, Stripe checkout tabs. Stripe, for you, those of you who don't know, it's sort of like PayPal. It works basically in Australia, US as well. It's come in India and in Asian countries. So Stripe basically means that it's the payment gateway. You insert it, like we have PayPal, we have Stripe checkout. So that's all for this lecture. So you see that by adding this one free little plugin, you got this great great amount of features that you can add to make your site really interactive. So accordion can be used for FAQs, tabs can be used for one product, or that has different models or whatever you wish to show. So the counter, lottie animation, the progress bar, all are great. It makes the site really interactive. Thank you. That's all for this. Hi everyone. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you these basic plugins what WordPress recommends. Now these are featured plugins, so basically it means that these are not necessary to install, but WordPress features them. So I'll definitely install one by one to show you guys, and you can decide what ones you wish and not. So first is classic editor. Now, so I went to plugins and add new. So once you install, first you'll see install now, then it will come active. Now in install plugins, when I go, I'm going to see this. Now we have to make a very important change here. We have to go to settings and we are going to have to say allow users to switch between editors. This is very important. I will tell you why. So I go to my page now, right? Now you will see that it says edit with block editor and classic editor. So basically what this means is that the block editor is how we edit it. Now classic editor is the old editor of WordPress, that is before the Gutenberg editor, and so the same page is just converted to a classic editor. So when we switch between classic to block and block to classic, 99% of time nothing breaks, but the layout might change a bit because if it's a complicated structure, because end of the day there are different editors. So this is the classic editor. It's pretty straightforward. Basically it's used for text, images, then you click on text here. So this is your code. So when we select anything, we can see here the heading. So you can select a different heading. These are already styled. So heading P1, P2 pre-formatted is already formatted, means basically how whatever you design here, it'll be shown the same way. It's basically, I mentioned before also, pre-formatted is also in code, where we basically leave a lot of space between stuff. So that's pre-formatted. You can see it looks different than the others. So I'm going to go to H2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it. I'm going to say bold. I can make it italic as well. I'm going to go to bullet list. I'm going to come there. I'm going to, you can make it a numbered list. You also make anything a backcode. So backcode basically sort of just indents it. You can change the alignment left, center, right. You can add a link, so like www. Say your website or google.com. You can say open link, add link here. This is a read more tag. Basically it tells people that the below content, to view it you'll have to read more. I'll press Ctrl Z. This is toggle toolbar, so when you toggle these additional features available, so strike through is there. You have a horizontal line if you wish. Just want to say Ctrl Z, text color, paste as a text. You can clear a formatting, like this was bold, it just gets cleared to plain text. You can add a special character, so I'll just click here. So supposing you want a weird character, you can add it. You can indent means increase the space here without the bullet point, decrease, undo, and this. That's about it. So you can set a feature image as well. I want to say update. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all page and I'm going to say block editor. So you can see the same thing is available now in a block editor. There's something where issues will come because you're switching editors, so it'll say attempt block recovery. Some things might come, might not come, so you can either resolve it, convert to HTML or convert to classic block here, and you can just make the changes. You can see this is the classic block, so this is a media mode. That's a more option there, pretty much similar. There's a a shortcut, so you can go through this, and that's of course you can update it now. You can add it, so this, like I went over these features before, I'm not gonna go over again. Now in post also you will see these features, so you know what you can do. Supposing you feel that classic editor is not my cup of tea, so you can do a test on 1-2 pages. If not, I'll show you to deactivate a plugin. Now WordPress, something very important to keep in mind is that this plugin was created by a different person. Okay, this was created by a different person, and WordPress was created by someone else. So basically what I'm trying to say is that if you have 20 different plugins, each plugin will keep rolling out updates. So those of you who use WordPress, you will know that a time is going to come when a plugin just tells you that, hey pal, because of that other plugin, their whatever code is there, it's interfering with my code, and it can end up breaking your website. And both plugins, whatever they were used for, supposing one is used for booking, one is used for payment, because of the updates they can sort of they can clash with one another, and it can lead to both the plugins stop working. So it's very, very important. Keep in mind the plugins that you're not using, it's time to say bye to them. So say deactivate, because you don't want it active on your site. You can even go ahead and delete it, because you can always install it again, but it's super important, because if it's just lying here and you're not using it, you will not realize when updates roll in, they will it's going to just interfere with another plugin. So these are feature plugins from WordPress. Usually they don't interfere, but it's again, WordPress, there are a lot of third-party plugins, so it's, trust me, it's going to interfere. It might even interfere with your theme, because I've seen messages when they say updates, that like one of my colleague, he updated a plugin and immediately it stopped working. It said that because of this particular thing, it just stopped working. So it's always safe to avoid that. So that's all for this lesson. This was the classic editor. Next lecture we'll go over the other plugins. Hi everyone, so in this lecture we will be going over health check and troubleshooting the plugins. So basically I've activated it, installed it, activated it. You can always go over to right click and FAQ, change log, screenshot, and I'm gonna go to install plugin. I'm gonna go to health check here, so there's no settings, health check. So there are only two basic recommendations, that we should remove inactive plugins and inactive themes. Our site health overall is good, which is great. So this is a free plugin to check the health of your website. It will give you performance issues as well. Now we have not done a lot of stuff, so there should not be any issues, but for those of you who want to keep a very healthy site, this is a great plugin. I'm going to click on info. So it just tells us more about the site info, about the inactive themes, about the active plugins, directories, WordPress. So basically a great summary of your overall site you get here. Now troubleshooting is a very unique thing, because what happens is WordPress site, there are a lot of plugins, and I mentioned in my beginning lectures that plugins sort of don't go with one another. One plugin does not go with the other plugin, so there will be a time when like maybe your plugin just says, I don't want to work with the other plugin, or anything happens. So it's very difficult to see exactly what is the problem. So troubleshooting mode basically means it's disabling all the plugins and switching to a default theme. So this troubleshoot mode is to keep in mind. If you disable your plugins, if you're running a big website, say you're an e-commerce website, and you disable all your plugins, on the front end you are going to lose everything. So I would suggest let a developer do this. If you're starting out, then it's fine, but if you have a very huge site, so temporarily inconvenience can be caused. So if you're doing it for a short time, it's okay. Otherwise, you will be it'll affect your front end of your website. And lastly, they are just tools, so file integrity, mail checker, stuff like this. So yep, that's all for this lecture. Thank you. I'll see you in the next lecture. Hi everyone, so in this one I'm gonna go to Akismet anti-spam. So basically what happens is that when we go to install plugins, it's going to come up here. Now to complete the setting, we basically have to, we're going to say set up your Akismet account, but I'm not going to set it up because you have to though. So you can select a pricing feature. There is a free feature as well, so it's name your price. I'll show you how you can. So I'm in India, it's rupees, so I'm just going to hit 0. It's still going to ask for your credit card, so I'm not oopsie. I just did that, so it's asking me, but nevertheless I just did this. You should see it'll ask you your name details. It's going to ask you as well as so it's going to ask you your name details, and it's going to ask you your credit card details, though it's 0 rupees or $0 per year. Now you can visit the site by going to visit plugin site, so you can learn about it. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to details. So to reach this page, just give me a moment please. So yeah, I'm going to go to add new again, and you see here, so there's more details. Always right click and view. It was here as well, so you can learn about this product, installation, reviews. So this is that page. I do not know why it's not opening up, but yep, this is also the site page, basically the plugin page. So you can also search for wordpress.com/plugins, and you can search for a plugin here. So yeah, you can see the stuff. The reason I'm showing you is because I wanted to show you the stuff it does. So it automatically checks all comments and filters out the ones that look like spam. So you know, on your comment list you're going to have people that are going to put links to their site, because there's something called as backlinks. So backlinks basically means that on a high authority. So it's a bit technical here, so bear with me. So how does Google rank websites? So one of the biggest factors, it's called site authority or domain authority. So it sees that how many sites are linking back to you. So for example, entrepreneur.com or forbes.com, right? So a lot of different sites, they link back to any page on that site. So Google sees that and it understands that, okay, you know what, this site must be very important because for some reason a lot of people are linking to it. So the same thing happens, people wish to add backlinks. So even if you add a link in the comment, Google will still count it. So a lot of people add that link in the comment. Now for you it might not be, you know, like, okay, just a link in my comment, I don't mind, but it sort of spams up your comment, and a lot of people use bots. So the URL comes in, the name comes in, and the main issue of this thing is that it can actually decrease your site ranking. So if Google feels, you know what, you're spamming your comment box, you're doing something, so it's going to give you a negative ranking. So once you install it, add your details, it's pretty straightforward. From there it will guide you. You just have to go, you can see moderators can see approved comments, URLs to be revealed, misleading links, as I said. So each comment status history, so you can go through this, see the reviews, installation, development, and you can always come back here, go to install plugins, just going to come there, and yep. So you can go to visit the plugin site. This is the main site, so this will not only feature that, so you'll have to sort of work your way around here, but it gives you the entire history of a plugin. So that's all for this video. This, and my safety feature, what we don't want, just deactivate. So that's all for this video. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome back. So in this lecture we're going to go over a new plugin called bbPress. I have just installed it. This plugin is for forums right here. So you can always open it in a new tab, check out the settings. To do that, once it's installed, you can check out the basic settings. Just want to let it load. On settings, these are the basic settings. So this basically means people can't post up to 10 seconds, so there's no bot or software posting post. Yep. And allow users to edit content for 5 minutes, so you can tweak around these settings. We got 3 new options: forum, topics, replies. So you can click on add new, give it a name, give it what the forum is about. You can select type, status, visibility. Private means it has a keyword, hidden means it's just hidden from the website. Publish. You can go to topic now. Add new. So I'm going to say topic 1. We can get what's it about. Say see the basically on the right side, you should sticky means on top, super sticky means it stays on top. The different statuses and which forums. I'm going to say forum 1. Sorry, so I'm going to say forum 1, and basically you can add a title here, add what's this topic about. You can add a tag as well, so the topic tag is here. Now replies basically mean you got something, so you can click on a new reply, add a topic, add a reply, status, and it will basically ask you later to what you're replying. You can select that as well. So you can see that it's reply attributes you get here, so you can use the topic and reply to. So that's all for this video lecture, guys. I will catch you in the next one. Thank you. Hi everyone, welcome back. So in this lecture we want to study bbPress. So bbPress is basically it adds community features where we can create a member page, registration page. People can add their user profile. So I'm going to go to more details, and you can go over these details. This is how it looks basically. So I've gone ahead, installed and activated this plugin. So you're going to see two things, that's activity and emails come here. And you don't really have to like toy with these settings at the moment. You can see the situation for what these emails are. They have already been set up for you, so only if you wish to change you can go ahead and change them. So otherwise I would not recommend to change them. This is not that important. So you can go to set. So of course our rule of thumb, install plugins. So I'm going to go to settings. You can always, like I said, visit the plugins site. So this basically always gives a better understanding of stuff. Here we have a WordPress community as well. I'm going to go to settings. If you see, they've taken me within settings. So the setting has sort of brought me to the same place where I was going. That's under settings, bbPress. So these are your different settings. This on the right describes what each setting is, where you can fully edit your profile. You can allow users to modify their notifications, let user make connections so they can track the activities of others. I'll also allow private messaging. We can groups allow users to organize themselves, so I really like that stuff. So now I can go to option. So we want a toolbar, count, deletion, template. So we have profile, cover pictures. So you can allow people to join, allow registered members to invite people. This way it will gain popularity and you don't have to do all the heavy lifting yourself. So people can request site membership. So I'm going to say settings. I'm going to go to pages. So these pages are already created for you. We are going to find them under pages as well. This is of course based on your site theme. So this is how active members will look at the moment, and this is how an activity will look from a member. So you can see it says the following do not have WordPress pages active, repair. So before going there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to settings. Now this is very important because you have to say anyone can register your site. So not a bbPress plugin setting, the WordPress setting. The reason being that basically anyone can register, you do not. So you can see I've done that. Register active scum, so we are looking good. Meet the team and bbPress. When I go to pages, I can see the register members. So BP means bbPress. So all these were added by bbPress for me automatically. And there you have it, your bbPress plugin. So now you can, of course, we got groups also now. So you can create a new group by going here, giving it a name, description, create and continue. So there'll be a lot of stuff like settings, photo, cover image, and finally invite people. So you just have to follow the prompts. It's super simple, and there you have it, your first group in bbPress. So keep in mind this is different from the forums. which we tested on the on the other page, on using the other plugin rather. This is a bbPress groups plugin, and where people can invite one another, they can have a registration page, they can change their profile, track other users' activities, stuff like that can happen using this plugin. To go back, I'm going to go back. Alright, thank you everyone, see you in the Hi everyone. So WordPress is made of different plugins, and periodically you'll have to update them. There is a way to auto update them if you're busy, you can't be bothered. They set up auto updates, so you just, of course, only for free plugins you can do auto updates. For paid ones, I guess some paid plugins gives you issue, but auto updates I will not recommend, because I'll just tell you the reason. So consider WordPress plugins as different body parts, and the body being your website. Now if you upgrade one body part, there is a chance that it'll sort of say that I'm not compatible with the other body parts. So that's what happens when you upgrade plugins. You'll get a message that says, I'm up to date, but the other guy is not, and it might tell you the other plugin name, or it might just give you an error. So you have to see the error varies time to time, but it's very common to get errors. I have seen it myself, and it's very how do I say, it's very like unexpectedly you'll get this error. And now supposing you get it for a WooCommerce site, right? For the WooCommerce plugin, so your entire site, if you're say a e-commerce store, your entire shopping cart, registration, payout at the flick of your hand, it's like at the flick of your wrist, it's gone, it just disappears, it stops working. So to avoid this, we basically downgrade a plugin. Now it's very tedious. There's one method where you actually download your plugin, so that's super tedious. So what we do is we use rollback. So rollback basically means just bring a previous version of your plugin back. So I'm going to show you two rollback plugins. So the first one is WP Rollback. So it's a great plugin. You download it. I'm gonna go to install plugins. So you see this rollback come in front of each plugin. Now this is great because supposing I say classic editor rollback. Now this is the installed version. Supposing so usually just change one back. There should be a previous one, but I would really suggest so you can use this plugin, you can check it out, but I would honestly suggest that you use this plugin, download this and the second one as well. So in this plugin, what's going to happen is that you gotta manually select version, right? Now suppose, of course, just select one version down, then the currently installed one, but nevertheless you're gonna have to break your back, break your head thinking about it. So in my other plugin, what I'm going to show you in the next lecture, you don't got to break your head. You just got to click one little button and it rolls back. So download both these plugins. This one gives you an option, the second one will not. But yeah, do download these plugins, and I will see you in the next lecture. Thank you everyone. So this is one of my favorite plugins. It's called Updraft Plus, because the reason is I keep messing up the site, honestly. It means in the test environment, of course. So anything happens, I always know I have a backup of my site, and for all my client side I put this plugin. It's super great, and there are a lot of professionals in the market out there that you give your site, or people give their site to, and they make one very simple mistake. They say updraft, like they don't use a backup. They do not back up the site before making any change, because they the changes that they have to do are pretty simple. But like I said, WordPress, a simple update also can stop your site from working. So it's super important to have a backup. God forbid tomorrow anything happens, because for your client side, it's their business, it's their face to the world, and you guys will also be doing this, creating a website, working on SEO, getting found on Google. So always good to have a backup free of cost. So let's get started. Updraft Plus plugin. So I've clicked on active. I'm gonna go to install plugins and head over to Updraft Plus. Now I'm not deactivating the old plugins like I told you we should, what you're not using, but do keep it in mind. You have a rollback now, so if you want to take the chance if something happens to rollback, but do deactivate it. It makes your life easier. I'm going to head over to settings. So this is a free of cost plugin, one of the best in the world, trust me. So you can say backup now, so all your site will get backed up in a matter of minutes. You can download that. Now to suppose I'm going to show you right now how you can set up a periodic backup. So it's on auto mode, do not have to worry. So I just wanted to show you one thing. This is upload backup files. Alright, so tomorrow anything happens, your plugin, supposing your plugin goes haywire, like you have an issue, your plugin's acting up, you can roll back. So you should 100% not have a problem there. But something happens and you want to just get your whole entire site back. This is upload backup file. You can start a new WordPress site with your whole WordPress site backed up, and again, say in a matter of half an hour, your entire WordPress site is shifted to a new WordPress site. So super simple, super easy to do. Say upload backups file, if I'm not mistaken, restore, boom, done. Your WordPress site's back up. Now this is a new feature, migrate clone. Do see the video here, it says that in a matter of 3 clicks it can be done. Of course you have to buy it. This is not a free version, but you do not need it because you are doing the backup. So for simplicity, if you wish to clone your site, go ahead, check out the video, you can buy it as well. So this is very important. File backup schedule. Now basically I would not suggest manual. So it's basically asking you for a time. Schedule means automatic. So automatic time when you want your backup. It can be 2 hours, 4 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, daily, weekly, fortnight. That's about say 15 days, or monthly. And so I'm going to say every 2 hours. So my site is going to be backed up every 2 hours, which is great. It's on auto 365 24/7. This is going to work. Now it says retain these many scheduled backups, because in the next step you're going to set a destination. Now as you can imagine, every 2 hours your site's getting backed up. you'll always add more media, more videos and stuff, so it's going to, you're going to run out of space, and you do not need the old backups, because what are you going to do with it? If something goes wrong, you just want to restore to a previous backup, so you go to retain these many backups. So right now by default it's 2, so it basically means I usually go for Google Drive, but as you know, like Google Drive's free version is pretty limited. I guess 15 GB is what we get, so I'm using that, and I guess I can't remember, but I put 5 or 7 backups. So basically what it means is that when you reach this number, like this is 2, right? So when 2 backups are reached, so say the first backup is saved, then the second backup, now when time comes for the third backup, right, after 2 hours again, the first backup is restored, and for the fourth backup, then the second backup is restored. Means it's going to update your site every 2 hours, but only 2 backups will be stored for file and 2 backups will be stored for database, as will be the most updated ones. So 2 updated file backups and database backups. So the old one gets deleted and the new one is added, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And it's great because it does not take up a lot of space, so super easy. You can send back, so I usually set drive, it's free, you can send it to more than one destination. Updraft Vault is premium, so it's a very secure location if your site is super important, in the sense that you're handling sensitive information which you do not want to get in the wrong hand, and you do not wish to save it in a general location like Google Drive, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud. Go for it. Go for the Updraft plus Vault. It's saved in a secure vault. Always make sure everything's sticked, because you want your entire site backup. Don't want to miss anything out. So you can check this box to have a basic report sent to your site email. If you want it by email as well, do tick mark. If you don't want to get bombarded, that's fine, because it's a lot of emails. So yeah, it's pretty simple, and just save changes. So if you want to put Updraft Plus on multiple sites, so you can control all from Updraft Central. If I'm not mistaken, this is paid. You can right click, check it out. So yep, it's pretty straightforward. You do not need to toy around with these features at all. This is the difference between paid and free. So though we can't clone it automatically, but we can get a full backup of our site, and we can install a new site. So there's anonymization features, incremental backups, fast support. So support you do not get in the free version. I did try to contact support, but for the free version it's not possible. Pre-update backup. So we are using another plugin for this, the Rollback plugin. Non-WordPress files. So I did contact support about this, because this did bother me from my client side, that hey pal, you're saying non-WordPress files and databases. So basically your entire WordPress site will be backed up, so you do not need to really worry if you're using the free version. Multi-site, so scheduling, you can still do it on the free version. I mean, you can't set an exact time, but we have put like 2 hours, which is fine. So there are no ads is fine by me if it's free. So there's other plugins by the Updraft Plus. You can right click, open a new tab, check it out, and there we go. That's your Updraft Plus. So usually at the moment I download it, I take up a backup. So if you're working on a client side, if a new site comes in, first thing by default, take a backup. Don't take a chance, because tomorrow anything goes wrong in the site, and all you gotta do is just upload backup files, put a backup, and you're done. But if you do not do this, then there's unfortunately, you're going to have to either fix everything, wreck your brain out while the site is down. It's a lot of pressure, so I prefer to use. Hey everybody, I hope you're well. So I wanted to share live links in this lecture. So you see that for those who have worked with Apperance, they would know, and those who have not, I'll just tell you that you can go your visit site. This is your front end. You're seeing this bar, only you can see it because you're logged in, like I'm logged in. So basically what I'm saying is that this is your URL. So if it was a live domain like www.gerard.com, so I would see www.gerard.com here. But the thing is that that would be visible worldwide through Google search, etc. Now supposing you have developed this site for a client, right, or maybe for yourself, and you would like to share with your team partner. Now the thing is, how are you going to share it? Because this link, it might not, this is on your computer hosted, so you can see it, but even though you keep your computer on, it's not necessary that those people see it. So the best part to share it, you'll have to do a shareable link. How to do it, I'll just tell you guys. So you can go to live link here, and it'll ask me to log in. So if you're not logged in, please do log in. It gives you a link, so just go to a new. So this is shareable. This is what you will share with your client, with your partner. Just put it there. I put the user password, so it's not asking me, but just like that they can view it over the internet. Thing to keep in mind is do keep your computer on when they are viewing it, because it's hosted on your computer. There is no server anywhere else, so your computer has to be on. So regardless where they are in the world, all they need is a link, username, password, they can log in. Do keep your computer on, connected to the internet, but most importantly on your computer you have to open up localhost and stop the site. Like, it should not be stopped. So site should be running, computer should be on, internet should be on, localhost, this application should be on, site should be running. Then you can share the live link. Now you don't want it, they have seen it, or you just don't need it anymore, go ahead and disable it. So it's sort of like a tunnel is created. Boom, tunnel's gone. Want to enable it again, just click on enable. So that's basically site links, how you can share a live link. Thank you. And so in this lecture we are going to go over a paid plugin, that is Divi. So I'm going to put in, it's called Elegant Themes. I'm going to put in the link, do check it out. It's super great, check out the video here. This is awesome because initially the free version was they had a free version. Now it's paid, but the stuff you can do is amazing. Check out the templates. So why do I recommend this, right? So what happens with places like Theme Forest, where you buy one theme, you're stuck with it for life. You gotta go and buy another theme. Here, when you buy, you not only get this lovely bunch of themes, but you also get a lovely theme builder, which is like the block editor in WordPress, little better. So you get this list of pre-made templates, which is great. everything's already designed. I mean, I really find it hard that you will have to design something when you got so many different templates. So you can just select one template, copy stuff from one template into the other, and there's something designed for everything. So it's lovely. Now I know what you're thinking, that how can you buy something you have not used it, right? So this guy's looking for that nice call to action they have on their site. They actually offer you the theme builder. So we are actually going to work on a website here. Just searching for that button. There we go. Try the free theme builder demo. Now I have used this theme builder, and it's exactly like this in WordPress. So you're not going to end up doing something. So this is how it is. So it looks kind of good, looks a bit intimidating, but it just blocks. So you can literally copy paste them. So this is the first. I'm just going to add. So it says select the theme. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to say use layout. Just wait for it to load. So there were hundreds of themes. I selected one, and this is how it looks. Now it looks intimidating because it's so beautiful, but so everything is divided into sections in Divi theme. So you click on the add button. There are different options. I'm going to say regular. Now within sections there are rows. So these are basically columns. So it's saying whether you want a one column. So this is a row with one column, row with two columns. It's saying to select the row with three columns. I do that. In the first one, I'm going to select a blurb. There goes the blurb. It's saying change the text. So this is free of cost. You can try it out online. I'm going to hit yes. Now everything here has these icons. This is drag and drop, settings, duplicate. I can't remember this one. Gotta check it out. I think download, so you can use it later. Delete. So I'm going to duplicate it, drag it there. That never happened. I'm going to try. Okay, sorry, it seemed to click here. So usually I did this like before recording the video. For some reason that's not happening, so it's got stuck for some reason. I gotta reload this guy. That's very rare for something like that to happen. So I'm just going to say give it one more try. So these are basic steps what it's saying. We can of course skip a step here. I'm going to go there, regular, 3 column, blur. I'm just going to put space T, duplicate, drag and drop. Lovely. So we can copy a module, right click, paste the module. There is settings. So this is called a section where everything's there. So we can just, like if it was different I could recheck it. Each one has its own settings, so you can check that out. So yep, there is them. A different color, maybe orange. Done. Just skip the step. Done. So we can check it out on mobile, phone. So basically what it does is it keeps a copy of your stuff. So you want to go back or stay, redo or undo, those options are there. Save the page. So basically whenever you make any change, click on this dotted thing and save. There we go. Congratulations, we have done we have practically gone through the basic presentation. So let's put our hands into it. So you see every page here is you'll see this blue section, then the inner blue section will have a green section, and within that the gray section. So you can say all the sections are blue. What we add within that is this green section and then the gray. So it's super simple, just click on the edit icon. This is one column. This is standard throughout Divi. You can add a link, add a background, maybe a gradient. You can add an image, video, pattern, use parallax if you want. Parallax is an effect. Sizing, you can adjust the width, height, spacing, box shadow, animation, CSS, JavaScript, scroll effects, which is great. So ton of different effects you can add. You can make it sticky, stick to the top, so the box stays with us. So you can just check out these. If you don't want it to be visible on say phone or tablet, you can mark that here. So this is a great feature. Just want to make it unsticky. Roaming with me everywhere, pal. So yep, now this section is just an image. Actually you can add a link, again the same stuff you see, advanced section. So if you wish, you can add a new section, regular, specialty, full width, or library if you have saved something before. So supposing I wish to add this, I can add it. For now I'll just say regular, one column tab. It gives me all these different options. So there's accordion, audio, bar counter, blog, blurb, button, circle counter, code, comment, countdown, portfolio, gallery, map. So all these options are available, and there's more with Divi modules. So if you wish more, you can go here, but it's great. So I'm just going to get a tab. So tab is like, I can click on this to go here. If you have a product which basically says say it has, like, it's a car with 4 variants, one tab for each variant should be sufficient. So check out this what's it called, the free online editor. If you like it, do buy this plugin, this theme builder and plugin. It's super great, super easy. This is duplicate. This save to module, yeah. So you can give this guy a name. You can save to library, split, copy, export. Check that out. Whatever you want, hit the gear icon. This is a media. So this is the user icon. So this icon is used here. Link, background, label. So these features, they basic throughout all these elements, but yep, do feel free to check it out. Check out this online editor because it's great. I have used it, and the best part is there's a lot of pre-made stuff, so you never, like, this modules are here, add from library. So say I go to, I'm just going to go new module, okay, say carpentry. I can say view live demo. Probably might take some time because it's online, so, and it's not on actual site, so I'll just go ahead and put it there. So yep, a little bit more about the Divi theme builder. I've known this theme builder for, I think, a year now, more than that. So the free version, they had a free version where the theme builder was free and stuff, so you can check out these layouts here, and if you like anything, you don't have to break your head, you just have to edit the content. Lovely themes, but the best part is so easy to edit, and so easy to add new stuff. So super simple. I'm gonna close this guy, not wait for him, but yeah, you can definitely check that out. So for full width they have some more stuff, header, code, image. I'm gonna put in a slider, so it's like your title goes here. When you click on the gear icon, this stuff stays the same background. So for the first slider I want a background, then I go to the second slider, I'll go back now, that's it, done. There's the second slider, maybe I want an image, so select an image. I want this goes here. So check, you want background, put in a background, change the background color. It's super simple. Check out the editor. There's a support team. You can contact the support team, and yep, if I will put the link of this in the resources. Check it out. At least if you're not interested in buying, do check out the editor to see how it feels. And yep, that's all for this lesson. See you in the next one. Thank you. Hi everyone, so in this lecture we are going to go over a plugin called Elementor. So we have this WordPress blog editor, we have gone over classic editor, even Divi themes. Now Elementor is an editor which is quite popular. It is one of the best-selling plugins for WordPress, for theme building, website building. Super simple, you're gonna love it. So to download, as there is a free version of Elementor, I'm just going to get my mouse here, clicking back. You don't actually need to go, where was that, to download it. Elementor gives you a chance to explore on your site, so type Elementor please. You're gonna get the plugin. There we go, activated Elementor, it's good to go. So yeah, you're gonna see a nice Elementor thing there. You can check out their website, because you'll find a lot of Elementor plus WordPress, WooCommerce, the designs, features. It just, because this plugin covers such a lot, there's actually tutorials, help center. It's truly great, like Divi theme. Makes stuff easy to easy to work with. So I'm not gonna make any changes to the settings. There are different settings here. Just default fonts, default, everything's default for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go to get started. You can see the first video, there is a full guide. That should be here, so you can check this out. There is community support, Elementor. So there is also, if you think Elementor is the plugin for you, I can't remember where, but there's something called as Elementor partners. So you can partner on Elementor as a specialist, that you build sites, and you can build Elementor sites for other people. Now that is super easy to do. You can Google Elementor partners, basically how to become a partner, and the criteria is also quite low. I think you just need to build 2 simple test websites to get qualified for it. So do check it out if you're interested. Coming back to Elementor, so this is how it looks. Basically, on your right is your navigation widget. You start by adding, so I'm going to say 2 columns. Everything starts with plus. So these are the stuff you can add now. Elementor has given this lock is only for pro. These basic features can be used for the free version. So you can add a title, link it, change the style, medium, small, give it a tag alignment, change the style, put a different color, just change the typography, change the font. So check out these settings. Margin, again, margin means from the element outwards, padding means from the element inwards. So you can increase this. So these settings will be same for all the when you click on the plus icon, all the text, there's motion effects, fade and bounce, say like lights come in, transform, background. So over means when the mouse comes. So if you want the background to change when the mouse comes in, you can do that. Mask it, make it responsive. You can hide on that desktop, tablet, mobile. So custom CSS attributes have to update it. So this is the publish. You can either save it as a draft, save it as a template so you can use it later, or just publish the page so it's live. So you can see the responsive mode here. This is the width. You can see it for tablet, mobile. You wish to drag you can see how it look. This is navigator. If I click here, it goes away. This is the one here. So you can edit stuff here, edit the heading, duplicate it, or if you want, I can just move it. I just moved it away, so that's pretty helpful. So yep, that's all for this lecture. In the next lecture we'll be exploring the Elementor plugin a bit further. Thank you. So let's continue. So yep, you can add maybe an image, choose an image, change the sizing, alignment, caption, change the styling again, add a border, give a nice little border, radius, give a solid border inside. So you can make change the pattern, the background, on hover, border on hover, responsive attributes. So like I mentioned, the basic settings stay the same throughout the site, just the main settings that change. So maybe you wanted something like this, so you can do that, make it center, and finally I'll add a button here. So but there's no need of a spacer, just want to put a button. So spacer basically means you want to add space. Go ahead, delete that. This icon, Google Maps, divider. So this is the stuff you're gonna get in the Propose Portfolio Forms menu. So there's general stuff like pre-designed stuff. You can change it. There is something new called Work with AI. So you gotta create an account on Elementor for this. So I will not be doing this step, but it's pretty simple working. So it just like AI writes the text for you. Said before, if you want, instead of using these tools, you can always use ChatGPT for AI text. But yep, so you can check out these settings. It's a lot of them are in Divi. So finally it will be your call. So anchor, I don't think I have gone over anchors. So anchors are invisible text. They will not appear on your website, like onto the front end view it's not there, but it links to our website. So have you ever clicked on a link that links like to a page, but automatically you scroll down and reach a particular section? So those are called anchor text. So you give it a name here. So say I give it test. So supposing I bring it here, gotta add a section, right? And I say this button, I'm gonna link it to test. So whenever this thing is used, this means it's an anchor. Since it's the same page, I'm using this. Otherwise it's basically the URL, and URL ends with this hash and the anchor name, so it links to that particular part of the page. So we have covered together the Elementor stuff. You can add a progress bar. It looks like this, edited to change the percentage. So there are a ton of features now. Of course many will be unlocked only when you buy the plugin, but do check it out. So do check out Divi, Elementor, which one you feel is better for you, and which one you can find it easy to work with, which templates you have found better for Elementor, Divi, and you can decide a plugin if you decide to use the if you want to go with a theme builder here. So that's pretty much it for the plugin side. In the next lectures we'll be covering more about WordPress, and finally, considering your WordPress site is ready, we have gone over the live links. So considering you have shared it with someone, all are happy, we'll go over towards moving your site. So you can move your site using the Updraft Plus plugin. Just copy it, paste it, but if you wish to there's another way also to move your site to a hosting, which we'll be covering later. So catch you in the next lecture. This lecture we're going to see a plugin called Yoast. Yoast is again one of the best plugins for SEO. It's on premium. A lot of features are premium, but on the free version you can get a lot out of it. So we're going to see two Yoast plugins. The first one is a normal plugin. Second one is clone, where you just you want to duplicate a page, duplicate a post, you can do it. So let's dive into it. Yoast, funny name, right? So Yoast SEO, I'm gonna check out more details about it. It's almost everyone will recommend it, no matter where you see on your site. So the basic version has a lot of free features like your site maps and stuff. So sitemap, for those of you who do not know sitemap, so you see that Google, how does the internet work? So basically the internet is like this large collection of web pages and websites and web pages. Alright, so what do search engines do? So search engines crawl the internet and they arrange these websites in different categories. So when you search anything now, supposing you go to Google and you search, say best pizza places near me, so you're going to see some result. Now Google has its own algorithm, means its own internal working function, how it determines what to show you. If you go to Yahoo and search, most probably you'll see the same stuff, but there might be a difference because Yahoo uses its own algorithm. So now we gotta make life easy for everyone, for Google to better understand your site, and for the other search engines, that's Bing and other search engines, there's something called as sitemap. So they refer to your sitemap as a main feature to understand what is the site, because like I worked on a client site, they have about 2,000 products on their site that they are currently selling. Now that's a huge site, and it'll take Google a lot of time to go over that site. So Google uses its resources very wisely, because every second people are publishing pages, publishing posts. Google has to figure out what, and the other search engines, I'm just giving you Google's example, they really have to prioritize stuff. So basically what a sitemap is, it's a sitemap, consider it like a diagram, consider in your mind it's a block diagram of your website. So I am going to show you what it will look like. My best friend Google, I'm going to say sitemap. This is how it looks. So sitemap is something, this is your home page. Home is your main page, then you'll have your main navigation, so these sub pages. So this is something like home page, our services, about us, contact us, maybe join our newsletter, and say forums or group page. So this is a sitemap. This we do not need to create. It's automatically created, especially the Yoast plugin. So if I'm not wrong, the Yoast plugin automatically submits the sitemap to Google. There's something called as Google Search Console, GFO, but so Google basically submits the sitemap. Sorry, Yoast submits the sitemap to Google. So when Google indexes your site, this is what it sees. So it's, like even for you and me, the moment we see this, we get a clear understanding what your website is like. Now it can go and dive into the pages. It's not wondering what I'm going to expect kind of stuff. So this is a sitemap. Yoast works on your sitemap, automatically submits it. So this is the first plugin. I've installed it. I'm going to head over to install plugins. Of course, it'll request you to check out the premium version, but the free version is pretty nice. This is below Yoast here. So first time configuration is something I would highly recommend you setting it up. Of course, do this and see if you would like to do it after your website's ready and you shift it to a main domain. That would make sense to do it there, but if you want to do it now, you can do it now. So basically it's going to ask you for your favicon. Favicon is this little image here. It will ask you for your social profiles, personal data. Reason being, Google will check for this, and Yoast plugin just sort of hands the data to Google. So it's telling Google, hey pal, don't waste your time, you search this. And when Google finds something, so Google has a assigned time for each site. If it finds what it's looking for in your site, great. Otherwise, next time it comes, it will try to search for what it's looking for. But if it finds everything in the first time, then Google has everything with them, and whenever someone searches for it, Google has it. So if you're ranking for it, boom, Google's going to show you. This is your site. You can upgrade it for premium support, internal linking suggestions, keyword phrases. Do check it out. Of course, no ads, but I quite honestly not bothered by ads. So yeah, these are problems. It's just a new site, probably not see anything, but there are problems, notifications, credits. So you can see site features, site basics. Again, this is the site representation. Type the name, organization, enter the logo, Facebook, Twitter. Of course, it's premium, so can't do that. But then put yourself as a user, give yourself a nice image, and yep. So you can just head over, check out all this. So this is verification code. If you ever need to attend verification code, so Bing, Google sometimes give you, so just add it to your you don't have to mess with the code, actual site code, because if you make a mistake, you'll break your site. Put it here and you're done. Homepage. So this is the basic title of the homepage. So we are going to go over each page in detail, but this part we can't really touch, unfortunately. For posts and for pages, it's premium, but we do not need it. This is only if someone shares on social. What image will they see? Title and description. So you can see these features here. We are going to go over this in depth, so I will show you what this means in the page section. So this is by default. I'll give you a brief overview. So can you see this thing here, homepage setting Yoast? And if I keep my mouse here, it tells me. So this is called title. What is a site title? So if I go to Google and I say I'll just type WordPress So you see this WordPress.com, build a site, download WordPress.org. These are site titles. So title is basically what a person sees, what they can click, and this little part down is called meta description. So this is again what people see. Now keep in mind, title is something what you put, Google does not alter it, meta Google alters. So if they feel a person has typed for searching for something specific, because it's helping people to come to your site, Google can alter your meta. It does alter, rather it alters in a matter of milliseconds, gives the best result for people. So you'll find that meta might vary for you, for your friend, but as a best practice we will be putting meta. So this is site title. It's saying that by default site title is the SEO title. It's title, page separator, tagline. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Social appearance, this is again your site title. Variables means separator or tagline. I will show you what that means again. Then there's integration. So basically you don't have to do anything here, whether you want to integrate with CMRATs to ensure some with premium. So there's tools, you can check it out with powerful inbuilt tools. There's Academy if you wish to learn about it, do feel free to check it out. A lot of free stuff. Redirects, so the redirect's not possible with this plugin, but what is a redirect? So redirect basically means that supposing I had a page, right? I have a page that says say my site, and it says /sample page. Okay, now I have gone ahead and deleted that page. So if someone comes, that URL will still be valid. So for some time the URL will be valid, and until Google crawls my page again, my site again, that will be a valid URL. So it's not a good user experience. When they land on the page, they're going to typically see a 404 error. I do not know if you remember, but in the appearance part we had a chance to customize the 404 errors page. So it's not a good user experience because you are losing a potential customer or client. So what do? You set up a redirect. Redirect means that if you type that page, that's whatever it's your domain /sample page, you're going to get it's going to automatically take that person to a different page. So instead of sample page, it might take them to sample page 1, might take you to the home page. Now you can add a redirect only to your domain, right? You can't tell anyone going to google.com, hey pal, come to me, because you don't have the right to do that. So redirects can only be added to your domain, but within your domain you have full access to add a redirect, and which is great. Now a thing to keep in mind in this lecture, we are not doing redirects, but if you do a redirect, right, SEO, keeping SEO in mind, what Google does is that if you have redirected a page more than 2 or 3 times, you have wasted your crawl budget. So I told you Google allocates each page, each website a particular time, right? It's called crawl budget. Now if Google's wasting times just moving from one page to another because it visits the first page, and you tell him, hey no pal, go to the second one, because of the redirect, he lands there, hey no pal, sorry, going to the third page. You have basically wasted your crawl budget. After your allocated time is over, Google's not going to search anymore. It doesn't find anything, it's going to leave your site. So one redirect is acceptable by Google. It does not waste crawl budget, but 2 or 3 Google flags it as red. This guy is acting up, wasting crawl budget, move on. Check out the premium features. Support, which is of course premium if I'm not wrong. This is the basic one. How do I use sitemap, breadcrumbs, So but the support team will be paid, so you'll have to share out some cash there. So this is the basic Yoast feature. Now the reason we implemented is because of the problems it will tell you, basic site configuration, stuff like that. It also helps you. So in pages, if I visit any page, so I'm going to head over to my sample page. When you scroll down, so you edit whatever, now you see a portion called Yoast SEO. So you can focus on a keyword. You can, this is your title, so you can see title is what we typed here. It's the page name basically. So it was sample page, that sample page, right? Page is sample page. Separator is this, and then site title would be test. That's basically the site name. So if once I connect the domain, say I connected facebook.com, it would be facebook.com. Of course I don't own it, just general example. Slug means the ending of your URL. Like this is my domain, right? Test domain, the ending. WP admin post. Now meta I just showed you on the Google page how it shows. Meta, why it's still important is because it still tells Google what your page is about. So it helps Google, and Google, if it likes, it'll keep your meta, otherwise change it, but always to add a meta. Now do not go by the strength. When I add a meta here, it's going to give me a strength. This is not optimized. Keep in mind the title strength, and this is not optimized for keywords. So it's a very basic, super basic feature. Like it just, the way you see green line doesn't mean it's actually keyword friendly. So when I say keywords, this is not an SEO, full SEO focus course, but I give you an overview. So we have something called as keywords and semantic keywords. Keywords are keywords that people search, like pizza, right? So they'll say best pizza places near me or cheapest pizza. So semantic will be so instead of pizza it might be, so best pizza near me, cheapest pizza near me, those are semantic. So they have the keyword, but you have sort of altered it. So even like for a dentist, right? So for example, a dentist is the keyword, so the semantic can be maybe a clinic, dental clinic, implants. So these are all semantic. So Google is smart enough, it uses AI, machine learning. So if it understands that if you say implants, right, I'm looking for implants, it understands you're looking for a dentist. So the way it understands is using semantic keywords. Now it's not a complete SEO course, so that's the basic of keyword and semantic. So do keep it in mind that this cannot pick up keywords and semantics to a very great extent. So do not go by this line thinking if it's green I'm getting a good ranking, or thinking if it's less I'm getting a bad ranking. It's just a basic, super basic indicator. So it'll tell you your readability, you can check it. Now keep in mind Google as a ranking factor sees your readability. Readability basically means if it's easy to read, Google likes it. It will say, hey pal, you know what, it judges that the more easier it is to read, the good page, it means the page will get a better ranking. So keep in mind, don't use very complicated words when you're writing, right, unless needed, because readability is something on which Google judges your content. I know it's pretty awesome that in a matter of milliseconds Google judges it, but the way Google works is that I told you it crawls the internet, and everything it keeps it updated in its database, right? So as you make updates, Google periodically checks the internet and it updates its database. So when anyone searches, the result is not pulled from the internet, it's pulled from Google's database. So they already have the stuff, that's why it's so fast. The schema means page type, article type, social. So do not have to touch anything here honestly. Do change the title, slug and meta always. SEO analysis, you can see the if you feel it's good, but I honestly only use it for the title, slug, meta, not for the keyword phrases and stuff. For that I use a tool called SCM Rush. This is a paid tool, but man, if you are serious about SEO, if you wish to in-depth understand SEO, there are courses here. You can kill it. SEO, it's one of the best tools. So it's a paid version. I do not use it, but I mean I use that, not Yoast. So Yoast is a free plugin, check it out. Now the same thing you're gonna get on your blog post when you go. So you're gonna say, hey pal, these same features have come here. So it's pretty pretty easy. Like I got a good readability score here, though the sample text. So yep, that's all for this lecture. Next lecture we are going to head over to the second Yoast plugin. It will be a short lecture, so see. So in this lecture we are going to go over the Yoast duplicate post plugin. So if you wish to clone your page or a blog post, this is the plugin. So I do not know why it's a basic feature, but WordPress does not have a clone or a duplicate plugin like feature by default. So if you wish to clone a page, you actually have to do it manually. I'll show you the manual method first. So it's pretty simple. What you can expect: click anywhere, Control Control A works in classic version. Here you just got to select everything, right click and say copy, go ahead, or Control C, go ahead. In a new page, put a title and click and even Control V or right click and paste. So it's pretty much the same, but unfortunately when you clone a page, you're gonna rewrite the copy, the slug, meta, everything. It's kind of tedious if you put a featured image or search for it again. So we can save time on that by installing this plugin. There's a nice little button called clone. So if I want to clone my sample page, just hit clone. Boom, I got it's in the draft mode. So draft mode means it's not published. Quick edit. Title, so there's no slug here because it's not published. Put in a new slug. Keep in mind no two page can have the same slug. So if supposing your old, I'll just check the slug of this. It's sample page, right? If you put sample page here, it's not going to accept it. So you're going to have to put sample page, maybe dash. You can put this as new, put that as old, but no two URLs can be same on the same domain. So keep that in mind, super important. You can see you want to set it to private or no, and yep, edit. Liking what I see. I am super. It automatically gave me a slug here too. I can change it to 1, maybe anything else, old, new. Super happy with it. Hit publish, boom, your page has gone live. As simple as that. Took 10 seconds. So instead of Control A, C, V, all that stuff, go ahead and clone what you wish. So again, it's a must-have plugin because there'll be times where you just want to clone your page. Keep a copy of the page is what I'm saying, or you want to make edits. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you is WordPress automatically saves different versions of your pages. So if you want, you can use those. You can go ahead and you can see those different the the what am I saying, it will show you the last activity, but always better keep a clone, because when Google scans your website, it does not consider your draft pages as these are not published. So even if I publish this, I'm gonna hit publish right now. So it's live. So when it's live, basically what it means, so you can see it got a different slug now. Basically what it means is that what it means is that Google will periodically scan this page, and it's added to my sitemap now in the backend. Yoast SEO, when Google comes, it's going to submit it to Google. So super important to know that now. So yep, that's about that, and yep, it's pretty much straightforward. So if I don't wish for Google to scan it, right, I don't wish for this page to be in my sitemap, I just want a copy, because if Google scans it, means it's going to show it on a search result sometime or another based on your rankings, based on what people search for. So you can always put it as draft. Boom, Google's not going to scan it, everything's super cool. So yeah, now I have no URL, the page is just disappeared. So it's not good practice to from a published page to go back to draft page, because in case in the meantime if Google scans it, you're going to have an issue. So always keep it as draft and only publish it if needed. But I do understand sometimes you have to give a client a URL, or for whatever reason you wish to publish it, so keep in mind you can always come back to the live to the draft mode. In the next lecture I'm going to show you Google Search Console. So I'm going to see the sitemap feature here. So Yoast automatically submits your sitemap to Google, which is a great tool. But in the next lecture I'm going to show you Google Search Console, what it is, and so you can go to settings, XML sitemap enable features. So I'm going to go to settings. Where was that again? Settings, API. I'm sorry. So it's enabled, which is great. So here's the sitemap. This is how it looks like. So it's automatically generated. We don't have to break up, brain about it. So you can go over here, and yes, it does, though it provides Google yours. So yours provides Google your sitemap, but I'll tell you what I mean by this. So you got a site, right? You added say 5 new pages. Yoast has automatically added them to your sitemap. So Google periodically searches the internet, and it updates its results, and those results, based on what people shown, from those results one of the options will be shown to people. So Google periodically covers the internet. Now internet is vast, it takes a lot of time, right? So you'll see many a times that you have added a new page to your website, you're ranking high, but on the Google result it's not showing. URL wise it will show, you want it on the Google search result. So this in this scenario we use the Google Search Console. So Google Search Console, we tell that, hey pal, look, I got a new sitemap, I'm giving you the sitemap, you update your results right now. So at that time Google's going to update its result, and you have added 5 new pages. You do not need to wait for Google to crawl the website. Immediately the site results will be updated, which is super great, you know. Next lecture we are going to cover that. Be sure to check out Yoast. It's a great plugin. There is a lot of features where you can learn SEO. There's blogs, there's health, there's community. You want to find people. It's just a lovely tool, and yep, they're great. So do download this free plugin. It's super important. And I will see you in the next lecture where we shall go over the Google Search Console. Thank you very much. Welcome back. So in this lecture we are going to see the tools in the dashboard. So let's get started. The first one would be available tools. So I'm just going to click here. So there are categories and tags converter. So there's no need to check these out because it's sort of useless. Not a lot of people use it. So this basically, if you have Blogger's blog, right? So Blogger is a free blogging website, so you can install this, bring in your post from there. Categories and tags converter, this is what we saw in available tools. So you can do that conversion. So import live journal, you can. So basically all these options, you can see what it means on the right. You're just basically importing stuff. So you're importing either tax rates, products, or you're importing what's it called, post, mainly post categories, because of course who wants to write all that stuff again. So we go to export. Now export is basically where you're just exporting stuff, right? So you can either say all content, so everything, your post, page, language, everything you are exporting. Now like this is not a backup of your website. You can save it, maybe you can consider it as a backup, but your main backup is the backup plugin what we use, but you can sort of consider it as a backup if you back up all your content. So you can go through this, but this is not backup. This is mainly if you want to take out your post. Basically what will you do with this stuff? So post you can export, maybe you want to keep a copy, you can give it to someone, or you can put it on your other WordPress website, stuff like that. So it's just an export. Site health, for site health I showed you a couple of tools, so we'll be using that. We'll be ignoring the site health here. So I'm gonna go, means you can check it if you want because it is also accurate, but we saw those plugins, so we'll be using that. So if you wish to export personal data, you can do that from here. If you wish to erase someone's personal data, we can do that from here. bbPress we have gone over, so this is the core. Like this WordPress is a PHP, written in PHP software, so or rather programming language. So only enter here if you know coding, if you are a developer. Otherwise, trust me, you change one comma here, one extra space you put, boom, your site is down. Everyone's scratching their head. What the hell is going on? But sorry for my language, but it's pretty tough because one small mistake here, it basically your site's down and it's very hard to manually fix the error then. So you can make a child theme. Child theme basically means that you make a copy of your site. I wouldn't suggest a child, like you would not need it because we are using a backup plugin which backs up every 2 hours. I usually set mine for every 2 hours, so I'm good to go. But if you want, you can make a child theme. See here how to do it. And child themes is the copy. Now for those who code, this is your style sheet, CSS, this is your main PHP. You can go over this stuff here. Basically it's just for coders. Non-coders don't need to know about it. This is the PHP active code. If you can code, fantastic, you know. You can make your changes here to the plugins. So in WordPress, I forgot to tell the non-coders, so just an like extra piece of information. So you know, plugins are designed to do a particular task, right? So the beautiful part about WordPress is you can edit a plugin to do stuff it was not designed to do. So that's why the plugin editor is there. So if you have a developer or if you are a coder, you can make a plugin do things what it was not designed to do using coding. So maybe you wanted an extra piece of functionality and the plugin does not offer it. You know what, you can go ahead, code it, make it do that stuff. Super helpful. So that's all for the tools panel. In the next lecture we'll be going over the settings panel. See you everyone, welcome back. So this lecture we're going to see users. Users are basically people who have access to your dashboard, that is the backend of your website. There are different user accesses depending on the type of your access. People will see almost all these features or less features. So let's get started. I'm gonna go ahead, add a new user, give a username, put in my email. This is completely optional, so only required fields are needed, rest all is optional. I shall keep the password as maybe I do not know about test 1 2 3 4 5 ##. So it's a weak password, but why not? Confirm. So if it's a weak password, you gotta take permission. If I type some junk, become strong, so you don't have to take permission. You don't have to remember your password. So roles, super important. There is a list of roles. So admin means they can add new users, delete new users, basically your access you're giving people. The uttermost editor means same as admin, but they have both, you know, like they can't add new users and stuff. Author, basically they will be given access for your post. Then we have SEO editor, SEO manager. We have a normal customer, contributor of course, and shop manager where they handle your products. Now to see a detailed how do I put it, like detailed meaning what each post does, I'll use my good old friend Google. So I'm just going to type in WordPress users, roles, and so I'm just going to go over to the official WordPress site. There is a ton of other good resources. These are sponsored, but do check them out. Superb. So you can see the roles. So always any doubt, go to the WordPress.org. This is the official WordPress site. We have a WordPress community here, meetups are there, job board is there. You can learn WordPress from the official WordPress site as well. It's free of cost. Yep, you can learn it. I did study a bit of WordPress from there. It does not go over a lot of plugins like Divi and Elementor, stuff like that, but nevertheless it does cover the basic WordPress. You can check out plugins here. So yep, that is about a user. Once I hit add user, they are a user. Okay, sorry, this email already exists, so I'll tell you what, pal, I'll put in another one. Hopefully it works. How lucky. So I got 2 users. I'm gonna say edit. So when you added the user, you never saw these options. Now you will see. So basically how their admin color will look. You can change the look, their site language. If they want a particular language, give them that. So this is the basic info you filled. Rest is their Facebook, completely optional fields just for you. Now this is send password reset link. So once you create a profile, you can send this reset link and just click on it. So so basically what happens is that these guys get a password link to reset this password, and also the URL to log in. So basically they are setting their own password and you do not know it now because they have set it. So usually when I create new users for the client, I just send them the password reset link. So rest is with them, they can change the password. So ship in, build in address and update user. Then we have, so we went to user, add new is where we were, profile. You have seen this. So I'm now going to do the sign ups, member ID. So for membership, there is member types here and site notices. So for members, we are using a different plugin, that which I had showed you in the last one. So we'll be using that plugin for members. So this lecture, it was all about users, and next lecture we'll visit the tools panel here. Thank you. So we are here right now in the settings panel. So this is your site title, basically name of your site. That so you can rename it here. This by default appears in your post pages in the SEO section, so you can change it. This is something you cannot change. This is your website URL, site address. You can't change this, like means you'll have to change your domain and stuff for that. So this is membership, anyone can register. So the default role is subscriber. We shall keep it that. You can change your date, time, format. Starts on Monday, next setting. So now this is an advanced setting. I will really suggest people not to mess around this setting, because once I, on a test site, of course, I messed around. I got locked out apparently of the site. So around the general settings. So yeah, means I messed it up a bit. So just be careful. If you do not know what you're doing, do not do it. Post via email. This is your server login password. So I'm just showing you so you know it's there, and people who want to make changes, they can. So your home page shows your latest post, or a static page. You can show blog pages, show at most 10 posts. You can see this full text. So do not never say discourage indexing the site. This means that Google will not crawl your site. So I said Google crawls the internet, everything it saves in its database. So not indexing a site means you're telling Google, hey pal, I'm not ready to be searched. Means don't add me to your database, don't show me on your search results, I'm not ready. So never do that. Discussion, like you can do that if it's a test site, it's not ready to go live, but if you have a domain hosting plan, do hit that, because otherwise you will not get found on Google. So these are very basic settings. Attempt to notify any blogs linked from the post, notification settings, these are comment settings. You can automatically ghost comments. So what I'll suggest is always keep comments, always keep your comments, do not delete them, because not only Google sees your comments, if you have a lot of comments on your post, Google will say, hey pal, you're doing, people are talking, so it's a good post, you'll get a good ranking. But apart from that, it truly helps people, because that it helps people that when you do a comment, like when they see comments, like threads of comments, they'll know that people are engaging in this post, so people might spend some more time, which is good for you. This is media, the average size. So I'll again suggest not to make changes here. I mean, it's so simple just to go ahead and change something, but these are predetermined sizes, so unless you need to, please don't change them. Uploading files, you can see that links are basically links are basically how it ends. So right now it ends with post name, right? So by default all my posts will be given my site URL post name. I can add here, so the year automatically comes behind. So if I publish a new post, so this is the post, sorry, this is the custom structure. So by default it will be sample post. You can change that. So here what happens in custom structure is that, so this is the post name. When I say post name, right, so your post name counts, but you can also add more stuff like year, month automatically. It's best not to make changes if you don't know what you're doing. So like if not needed, rather, not what you're doing, but if not needed, you can add in the category if you want, so it'll be post name category. But keep in mind this will be the default. Of course you can change each post URL individually, so by default this is the default one what you're setting. You can change each one individually. You can add a product category base, product tag base, this is a custom base, privacy, so this is our privacy policy page. This is a policy guide for, so you can check this out. If you want to create a new policy page, you'll have to do that here. Yeah. So you won't go over bbPress, duplicate post, performance modules. We have gone over this in some plugin, I can't remember. These are all plugins, I won't go over them. So yep, that's all for the dashboard side. So I'll